Hey, it's Joe Amoia, founder and creator of GPSforlove.com. Have you ever wondered why some women have these great men and these amazing relationships, and other women continue to struggle and go from one toilet bowl crappy relationship to another? Well, if so, I want you to pay close attention because today we're going to talk about the foundation of a great relationship. See, if you're going to have a great relationship, there's one thing that you absolutely positively must do. And it's usually not what most people are doing. And so that number one thing that you must do first and foremost is to have a healthy and solid relationship with yourself. One of the biggest mistakes I see women make is they're out searching out there for some magical man who's going to complete them, that's going to make their life, this wonderful grand experience. And, when you get guys, it's usually like that for a couple weeks, maybe a couple of months. Right? You know what I'm talking about. But then sooner or later you realize, you know what? Why am I not really happy? Why am I not fulfilled? Why am I not experiencing the relationship I really want? And what I found is very often it's because you don't have a healthy relationship with yourself. So what do I mean by that? It's that old expression, if you've got to love yourself before you can love someone else. And it works like that in reverse, is you got to love yourself before someone else will love you. I know it may be hard for you to understand, but us guys, we pick up on that. If you're insecure, if you're needy, if you don't like yourself, if you don't love yourself, we're going to pick up on that. And we ultimately learn in our journey as men that, no matter how much we love you and support you, is that we can't define your level of love. And so today what we're going to talk about is the three things that you must do to build that healthy relationship with yourself. Because I know you're sitting there going, yeah, but Joe, I understand that there's some things that I really don't have that healthy relationship, but how do I do it? What do I do? Well, you're in luck, because today we're going to talk about the three things that you absolutely positively must do. Number one is you must love yourself. Now, I know you go, yeah, but Joe, I do love myself. Yeah, maybe, maybe not. How you're going to know is you're going to look at the quality of your relationships. You're going to look at all those previous relationships, because the relationships that you've been in are a direct reflection of your relationship with yourself. So if you have a good track record of healthy relationships that just didn't work out, then you probably have a really healthy relationship with yourself. However, if you're dating, the boys, the jerks, the insecure guys who cheat on you, and you stay in those relationships, you chase those guys, well, then you probably don't have the relationship that you should with yourself. So the first step, again, is you need to love yourself. And you do that by valuing and appreciating you. So you have to realize that there's no one in the world that is you. You are the only you. And you have to love yourself just as you are. That doesn't mean you have to be perfect. Doesn't mean you have to be anything else other than the best you. Now, if you know you're not being the best you, then do your work. Make the changes. Do whatever you need to do so that you can look yourself in the mirror and go, you know what? I am being the best me that I can be. So that's the first step. The second step is you got to like yourself. Imagine that you're a man and you're going to commit the rest of your life to one woman and one woman only. Would you commit to you? I remember there was a time in my life where I said to myself, quite honestly, you know what? I like me. I wouldn't mind being in a relationship with me. I think I'm a lot of fun. I think I'm a good person. I think I've got a good heart. And when you can get to that place in your journey and say, you know what, I like me, I would want to be in a relationship with me, then that's a great sign that you have a healthy relationship with yourself. Now, on the flip side, if you can't say that, and you say, yeah, you know what, there's some parts of me I really don't like, if I have to be really honest, well then, you know what, don't get into a relationship yet. Do your work, get to the point where you can like yourself. Because once you like yourself, it's easier for a guy to like you. And the third part, and this is really the most important part, is you have to accept yourself. You have to understand that you're not perfect. You're never going to be perfect. There was a time in my life where I had a lot of my own insecurities, things that I was very self-conscious and aware about. My hair was one of them, my nose was another. And I ultimately realized that, you know what, this is who I am. And, God made me this way for a reason. So I'm just going to accept myself as I am. And ultimately in my journey, the more I did that, the more I accepted myself as I was, the better the quality of my relationships were. And so that's where you need to be. You need to be at the point where you can honestly accept yourself for where you are. It's what I call give yourself permission to suck. Okay? It's take this pressure off that you have to be perfect. I see it from so many members of our community. I've got to be this and I've got to do this and I got to say this perfectly, or what do I do or what do I say? No, just be you. It's really that simple. And it's easier to be you when you say, this is who I am. Now, again, if there's parts of you that where you're not being who you want to be, you're not portraying yourself in the light that you would like to be portrayed in, there's some insecurities, there's some jealousy, there's some whatever it may be for you, honor it and then make a decision to change. Make a decision to do your work so you can get to that point. And I promise you, when you can love yourself, when you can like yourself, and you can accept yourself, then you're in a great position to have a great and amazing relationship. Because when the guy comes along, he's going to see that, and he's going to see among all the other women out there, the fact that you do these 3 things makes you special, because not everybody's doing it. So that's your homework for this week. So I want you to, get honest, look at this video again and ask yourself, are you doing all 3 of these things? Be really honest, brutally honest. Do you love yourself? Do you like yourself? And do you accept yourself as you are right now? Now, don't give, oh, sure I do, Joe. I'm not talking about that superficial surface answer. I'm talking about that real, gut check. Let's be authentically honest answer, because once you're at the truth, then you'll see if you have to do any more work before you jump into a relationship. And if you do, promise yourself you'll do your work, you'll clean it up, and then and only then enter in a relationship, because you'll save yourself so much trouble. So, love to hear from you. What do you think about today's video? Does it bring up something for you? Are there parts of you that you don't like, love, or accept yet? If so, go ahead and put your questions, comments, and feedback in the box below. As always, an honor and privilege to be with you. I'll see you next time.